up, everybody? BCON here from Malice Corp, and we are coming to you live to talk some iZombie. We just got done watching Season 3, Episode 12, Looking for Mr. Goodbrain, Part 1. This is the first part of a two-part episode that leads us to the finale of Season 3. So we are here to chat about this episode. If you haven't watched the episode, there will be spoilers ahead. You've been warned. With me tonight on this lovely, lovely, warm, blistering hot evening is Super Hooving Freak.
What up, guys?
And Mr. Jack Malice.
What is up with you later, Super Hoot? It's like you're just so calm lately.
I don't. Must be the location.
This is not the episode to be calm about.
I know.
It's the lack of the other her favorite show. She's having withdrawals.
Yeah, she's going through withdrawals. So
always.
It happens. So yeah, we're gonna do a really, really quick recap. I've got some bullet points. There's my notes. Taken on the back of a bill. I think it was a medical bill or something. Because
gosh.
You always got those laying around. So we're going to go through those quick little bullet points just to recap what happened in the episode, and then we're going to jump in and just talk about some of our favorite parts, speculate on what's going to happen next week, and hopefully hear from the fine folks over in the chat channel who may have some questions or comments to throw at us.
And we have Nightblood joining us already, so they're saying sup, so...
Good to have you, Nightblood. Thanks for joining in. Feel free to just throw in some comments as we go.
Apparently, they've never seen the show before, so they're going to get a little taste of the show. So,
if you have not seen this show before, it is amazing. Jack Malice and my wife separately got me into this show. My wife was watching it. I watched a couple episodes. I was like, it's kind of cool. I don't know. And then Jack was like, dude, you need to watch iZombie. And so I ended up binge watching really all 3 seasons to catch up with, I think I caught up like 2 episodes ago.
I think, that sounds about right.
You did it in about 4 days, man, which is pretty impressive.
Oh, dude. Well, and it's one of those, like, once you start watching it, you can't stop watching it. Because it's got that, like, true, almost like that, like, crime kind of feel to it. Like it's a CSI type thing going on, but it's got freaking zombies in it. And it's got Rose McIver, who I have a soft spot for. So, all right. Well, let's jump right into this episode. Again, this is the first part to a 2-part season finale. So we start off where I almost want to just say real quick, lots happened in the previous episode that we are just kind of jumping into where things left us. And the one thing I got to say about this season is it's almost like one of those, you can't miss an episode of this season. It's very well tied together.
Mm-hmm.
They're moving us forward for the first 2 seasons were, the first season was the setup. You know, they were set up the premise. And then the second season almost felt like it was more filler than it was anything else.
Yeah. Lots of filler.
And then this season, they're really pushing us to, Discovery Day.
Yeah. And there's no, this season, there's no filler. And I think that's part of that is when you only get 13 episodes, you do kind of have to stay on track. While I love the show, but man, I would love to have 23 episodes, 22 episodes, like every other CW show.
I like the 13 season format. It stops them from having a lot of just the filler fluff episodes that they just throw in there because they're just trying to fill an hour block of time. At least with 13 episode seasons, that forces them to actually give us content that's relevant to the main storyline.
I think where I'm going with this is Super Hoovian and I want to see a musical iZombie episode, I think.
God, you guys are going to go there already. Can we just go on with it?
You'll have to watch other episodes of our podcast to understand that little inside joke.
You're going to torture me with this?
They set the stage having Major, be a secret, or eating the brain of the teenager, being a Katy Perry fan.
Yes, he did sing some Katy Perry. All right. We'll jump right into it before Jack kills me. All right, so we start off the episode with Harley Johns. We're down in Harley John's bunker. They get him contained, put on ice, locked into a freezer. He's locked away. We then move on to Liv finally tanning and dyeing, which is really painting a wig.
And I hate it.
You hate it? I love the natural rose look myself, but
no, I think she looks better with the white on white. It just makes those eyes pop.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
well, she's beautiful anyway. Yeah, she could probably shave her head and still look.
Yeah. Well, she could pull off the Sinead O'Connor.
So then we go to cut to the morgue, and Katie Cup is having a discussion with Ravi and pointing out the fact that he's the informant to the news article that came out saying zombies are in Seattle. We then go to cutting over to Fillmore Graves, where Chase Graves fires Major because he finds out that Major is human and not a zombie, in fact. We then go into investigating the zombie outbreak on the plane. So that's kind of tying into the Katie Cup.
It wasn't a zombie outbreak on the plane. It was that weird flu
right.
I've never heard of. That they
Yeah. But they're trying to make a tie to that. So there's some weird stuff going on with that we haven't. The show hasn't completely.
Conspiracy theory, man. It's all about the conspiracy theory from the last time. It's the CDC covering up what they're really doing.
Absolutely. So then we have obviously Katie Cup is found dead and Liv eats her brain, which is the funniest, probably one of the funniest brains of the season because, of course, it's one of Ravi's ex-lovers. So they're in the middle of interviewing these people that were on the plane. And, of course, Liv is having visions that involve Ravi and involve sexual situations. And it's quite fantastic.
Oh my god!
And we'll get into that a little bit more because there's some great stuff that comes out of that. We then have Brackus offering Peyton a chief of staff job. We have a return of Natalie coming back into Major's life. We have Liv going to the bar and living out the Katie Cup nightly escapades at the bar. We have Liv and Justin having this moment of, are we a couple? Are we exclusive? Which is an important moment of the episode. And of course, they agree that, yes, they're an exclusive couple. We then have Natalie and Major hook it up. That finally happens. And then talk about moving to Italy. We have then moving to the Harley bunker scene where some of his conspiracy theory buddies have gone into the bunker and they've gotten him out of the freezer and letting him thaw out, and they're planning on burying him. More to come on that. We then have Liv and Chase at the bar, and sparks flying between the two of them. We have Clive interviewing Patrice, who is Tatum's friend, and we get the reveal that Patrice's mother is actually Carrie Gold, who is Brax's assistant. So there's some interesting stuff there.
Not assistant. There's doctor / psychiatrist, I think.
Yeah, something. She's tied to him anyway. Then we have Major's party. So of course the Fillmore Graves assault team is throwing a big old party for him since he can't fight with them anymore. We then have Justin worried about why hasn't Liv shown up yet. So he pulls Major outside to talk to him about it. We then cut back to Liv in the hotel room with Chase, and Liv finds Katie's name and room number on a napkin on his nightstand, which is that big tie to who's responsible for the murder, allegedly. And then we come right back to that party where we find that Harley John has crashed the party and has the dynamite strapped to his chest and blows up the entire house, killing a ton of zombies. And I will say, hashtag the man sticks to a plan, I guess. You know, he at least
he went out with a bang.
He went out with a bang.
We'll get to that when we get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to it. So, but that's your recap, and so that leads us into next week of trying to resolve some of these issues of like what's going to happen with Fillmore Graves now at this point, because
And it's the last episode of the season. So
yeah, your entire task force is pretty much dead.
Where do you go from here?
Where do you go from there? You got to still wrap up this murder with kind of the ties to Chase. We got D-Day Discovery Day quickly approaching. Yeah, so there it is. There's your recap.
So, okay, where do you want to start then from?
I want to start with my favorite line. My absolute favorite line.
You know this is going.
No, this happened at the very beginning. One of the very beginning, and Ravi's having the conversation with Katie Cup, and he sits down at the desk, and of course Liv's hiding under the desk, and he I don't know if he bumped his leg or she grabs his leg, whatever, and he makes a startling motion, and Katie goes, "What's wrong?" And he goes, "Oh, old Quidditch injury, old Quidditch injury." Which is just one. I love the Harry Potter tie. Like, thank you, Ravi. You're such a nerd.
Yeah.
And I love that. Like, I guess apparently, if you say anything in a British accent, people just believe it is what it is. And
no,
twice.
I guess middle-aged cougars just don't read Harry Potter. Is basically what they're trying to say.
Which is crazy, because if she's a cougar, you'd think that she'd want to, understand the young crowd a little bit more.
Something.
I thought you were going to go with flagellant Jabba the Hutt was your favorite line.
Yeah. The flashbacks, the visions of Ravi's, sex scenes. The flagellant Jabba the Hutt. That was also great. Great insights into Ravi's sex
psyche and sex life. I could have done without that part, to be totally honest. I could have really done without that part.
Oh, it was super awkward for sure. It was like, but the cool part is you really felt, it was like you felt united to Liv at that moment, because you were both like, oh my God, what am I?
What am I into? How do I not see this again? Where is the brain bleach?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I get a packet of the generic brains real quick to wash off the taste of that?
Because that's awkward. I mean, it was funny, but it was awkward. She played it off well, though. The don't even look at me, don't talk to me, just sit there and just
stand behind me. Beth just joined us and wants to know who the cougar is, and that would be Katie Cup. She is definitely. They played her up to be a
whore.
No, she was not.
And I quote from the bartender, she went home with a different guy every night.
She wasn't getting paid for it. She was just a lady about town looking for
I didn't say prostitute. I didn't say prostitute, which was another funny line, by the way, with a really nerdy guy basically calling Liv a prostitute.
Yeah.
But isn't that what the W word basically means? Is a derogatory version of the prostitute? Anyway,
what about you, Super Hoovian?
What was my favorite?
Yeah, at least in the first part of the.
In the first part of it, I personally like when Ravi tells off the reporter. What's her name? Rachel. I didn't like Rachel's character to begin with.
Nope.
And so seeing him not forgive her was particularly satisfying. I'm hoping that more resolution will come from that. I mean, because she put the story ahead of safety. I mean, she can claim all she wants. Oh, this was for people's safety. No, it wasn't. It was to get a story. It was to get a byline, and it was to inflate her own ego. And that's not okay you don't betray people you don't stab people in the back to get a story. So
yeah, but you got to also think about it this way too. If you were thinking more in a realistic fashion and this being reality, and you're just a news reporter, and then you're confronted with, glowing red eyes and rage veins, no journalistic person on earth is going to step away from that without writing an article. She could probably have handled it better. She could have left Ravi completely out. But she is a tabloid, journalist, and she's got, for the first time, a former CDC / medical examiner that's
then you
a
tell him.
source.
What my beef is that she didn't tell him and she wasn't honest with him.
Right.
You don't bring someone into your confidence and then turn around what they give you without knowing, because there's no way that he would have told her half that crap if he had known. But she sucked him in, she lied, she betrayed, and to me that's just not okay.
That's kind of, and I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that kind of goes hand in hand with her profession.
Which I get. I totally get it. I just don't like it. But yeah, I mean, journalists are sneaky, lawyers are sneaky, but it made me dislike her character even more.
I think that was kind of the point. They were kind of making you not like her. There was nothing really. There was no any point, even when you thought there might be a redeeming moment for her. You could always tell she was kind of scuzzy.
She had
for sure.
Wrong.
And I give that actress a lot of props because she really, I don't know her name, but she really nailed the scuzzy, sleazy tabloid journalist. And nobody but Ravi would have been, like, if you met that person in real life and they were that stereotypical, cliche, scuzzy journalist, you'd be like, I don't trust this person. But only Ravi would have trusted.
I do like, though, that, one, like, Ravi's still on the rebound from Peyton, let's be honest. I mean, he obviously is still in love with her. So he's dealing with those issues. And to see him not continue down that road where he probably could have, I mean, let's be honest, in the past, he's been stupid and continued down roads that he shouldn't go down. Yeah. So I think there was one good point of, well, at least I do. So to your point, Super Movie Freak, I love that he told her off and that she's like, well, I'll call you in. He's like, no, please don't.
Don't,
Yeah, let's not go there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just because you're on the rebound doesn't mean you're a complete and utter idiot. And
but it's Ravi.
Ravi hasn't shown, outside of Peyton, really, he hasn't shown the best choice in partners to pursue.
You can say that, and I know that Peyton is supposed to be,
she's not perfect. She's not perfect either. But I think she's good for him. They're good for each other. So
she chose poorly.
She did. She's human. Yeah.
You know what's not good for anybody though?
What?
Sleeping with Major. Not a good idea.
No, it's like a death sentence.
Not a good idea.
No. He chose very poorly.
Or die.
He is the Sam Winchester of the iZombie world. You sleep with him, you die. And pretty epically, I will say. So.
Oh my God.
I know I jumped a little bit ahead there, but which was sad. It was sad to see Natalie come back, and you're like, she did make the right decisions, and she did do well for herself, and she's got her life together.
I knew the minute, though, that they said, okay, we're going to run off to Italy together, and I was just like, well, that's not going to happen. I don't know what's going to stop it, but...
Now, I thought they were going to go to Major's party, and both of them were going to become zombies again. That's what I thought was going to happen, but I was wrong.
But I guess they've played that maybe too many times now, to where they just did the big boom.
Well, and getting to that, before we go any further, that whole explosion and vest just upset me on so many different levels, because even if that was just TNT on him, with that amount that he had on him, there would be no house. It wouldn't have been windows blown out. There would be a big hole in the ground. And if that was plastic explosive or Simtex or something like that, he would have blown up, with that much strapped to him, there would be nothing left of the entire, there'd be a crater. You know what I'm saying?
So they went
just a big fireball.
So they went a little overboard, is what you're saying, trying to show that he was strapped with explosives.
Those things look like giant blocks like cinder blocks sitting on his chest.
Right.
They really did. They really did. Even I was a little bit like, that seemed awful small for, I mean, but I think what they were trying to do was they were just trying to really show, like, look at what's on this guy. Like, it's going to be bad. I don't think they, I mean, honestly.
Sorry. Beth just informed us in the chat channel that she doesn't like Major. He always looked like he's going to cry, kind of like Brett Favre.
Nice. Nice. I like the Brett Favre definitely like that.
Well,
I've
gotten flack from both you, BCON, and from Super Hoovian for saying I can't stand Major Lillywhite. I don't like his name.
No, his name is absolutely stupid.
And I swear to God, the cure has a third side effect and turned him into a nymphomaniac. Because he's sleeping with anybody and anything that gets near him.
True. He is. I attributed that more to he's in a funk because his whole reputation's been ruined.
Right.
And it's kind of like that little sad insecure kid in the corner when you start paying attention to him, and then you're going to hit that because you're getting positive feedback, I mean, that's a little bit maybe psychoanalyst, but he's not been my favorite character. There have been episodes I've liked him in, but he does have a ridiculously stupid name. I mean, come on, Major Lillywhite, what is that?
Well,
I mean,
the best thing that's ever come out of Major was him taking the dog and then Ravi naming the dog Minor. Best freaking that was amazing.
That was
Minor
really
is
funny.
the best character on. I know.
So if you don't like Major, and we all can kind of agree that Ravi is kind of a goofball character, don't take the easy answer on me, BCON. Who's your favorite character? And we also agree that Peyton's kind of a busted character.
Besides Rose?
Yeah.
Because obviously Rose is my favorite character. I mean, hands down.
Well, for me, it would have to be Clive then.
Well, yeah, but then
I like Ravi. I mean, I do. I love Ravi's character. I mean, I really do.
I mean, Ravi is the heart of the show, but I actually do really enjoy
Cisco
Clive.
of iZombie.
Yeah.
I kind of tend to like Blaine myself, just because.
I like Blaine too.
I do like Blaine.
Conversation is I always like the villains better, and
Is he a villain? I don't know.
Sometimes.
He's to me, he's more of an opportunist.
Yes.
Well, he's running the scratching post now, and he's bringing all his brains from outside of the country, and he's making more zombies. And he made a whole bunch of zombies just to sell them brains. He kind of that's pretty villain.
That's kind of towing the line a little bit, But
then he pretended to be cured so that he could sleep with Peyton more. So there's
he was cured. He pretended to have no memory.
Pretended to have amnesia so that he can continue to hit that. So there's that. I mean, poor Robbie.
So, you guys want to move on to what we think is going to happen?
Yeah. Or any other favorite moments, and then what do you think?
We left out of the recap Peyton getting bribed by the mayor.
I brought that up.
That's where I'm going with we can talk about that if you want, with where we're going to go with what we think is going to happen. I don't think it's a bribe. I think that guy's on the level.
You think he's really just offering it to her, not to bribe her to keep her mouth shut?
No, I think he's on the level. As much as a politician /
zombie
district attorney zombie can be on the level.
Yeah, true. I will say real quick though, the thing that I did not like about this episode, we said it before we got on, is I don't like Slutty Liv. I just don't. I mean, the whole you just got, and I know she's on Slut Brain. Okay,
Cougar Brain is not a Slut Brain. It's
Cougar Brain.
She's on Cougar Brain.
Back up. If it was a dude that was running around, going out, picking up a different chick at a bar every night, you would be going,
no, hold on. Let me finish. What I don't like about it is that not like hours earlier or whatever the night before, she's telling Justin where what are we, and she's so
they're exclusive.
That relationship that
that was kind of crappy. But you kind of saw it coming after that.
Oh yeah.
He was on. I was like, it's gonna happen. They're gonna.
But even to back it up even more, though, how did she hook up with Justin? A day after freaking Major, days after Major gets cured, and she had slept with him. So it's like totally weird that she's just bouncing around between his best friend and then now to.
Yeah,
you don't exactly know how much time passed there. I mean, it's like we said earlier, it's only a 13 episode show. They kind of have to move things along, but it could have been a month, it could have been a week, and these people are living with the zombie apocalypse over the top of their head from the other direction. So hey,
that
take it when you got it.
We know she went without sex for at least a year.
Oh, it was a while.
So,
yeah, it was
at least. So I guess when you look at it that way, I mean, yeah.
But anyway, I think he's on the level. Well, I think he's on the level where, as much as that he didn't turn the girl into a zombie. He didn't blackmail the crazy guy into killing the dominatrix.
So
and he doesn't know anything about Kitty Cups getting her head cracked open.
Okay, I'm personally hoping
Chase.
for that because I like his character and I don't want him to be. I want him to be on the level. I don't want him to be yet another corrupted. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm hoping for. But somebody did orchestrate the murder. So if it's not him, then who is it?
I think it's Chase. Absolutely think
it's Chase.
Chase Graves. Yeah, it's Fillmore Graves that orchestrated the murders of Clive's. I can't remember the family's name.
Oh, what's his Wally?
Yeah,
Wally?
all of it.
Yeah.
All of it. Yeah.
I think
they did it to get sympathy for, basically to get Clive and the humans
on their
that
side,
knew about them on their side, and completely.
Oh, dude, man, that's like freaking Mockingjay.
Yeah.
13 bombing the Capitol and the kids. That would be a twist. I could see that.
No, I got completely different. I think that the girl was flying back. The Katie Cups came and interviewed her, and you got a teenage zombie. So you got a teenage girl who's already under stress, being put under more pressure, and is a zombie on top of that. She lost it. She cracked Katie Cups in the back of the head with something heavy, killed her, called her mom, and her mom covered it up, and then called her boss and said, hey, this just what happened. Can you go and make sure it gets all cleaned up? And that's why he had the number in his office or in the room, and that's why he was there to clean up the mess. I think there's another entity that's on the outside that we haven't seen yet.
Okay.
That is that's going to be the setup for the bad guy for the next episode. So because they've done a really good job of making the Fillmore guys into the good guys, and then they just killed their strike team. So now they're going to become the good guy militant group that's got no firepower, got a small team of a few strike guys that survived, and now you've got another group coming in, and they got to fight for survival, and you got a mom who's defending her daughter because a CDC agent figured it out. That's what I think is going to happen.
Well, that's a good thought. So what do you think? Let me ask this. Well, I got a couple more questions, but what's going on with Mr. Boss?
Well, he just kind of like
That's one question.
I mean, you're assuming that he's going to partner up with Blaine, but he just discovered, obviously, clearly, he's just been shown zombies are real. And I mean, what are his options? Death or work with Blaine? What?
Run like hell?
Run like hell, yeah. If they let him go, I can't remember. Did they let him go?
Well, yeah, they let him go.
Blaine has that suitcase full of all those goodies, and so he's
kind of stuck,
holding that ransom.
But he sent him overseas to be his international brain buyer, basically. So that means he let him out of the country with paperwork and money. That doesn't mean he's going to get all of it, but if he's smart, he's gone. Like living in the middle of a jungle in Malaysia, hiding gone.
Yeah, but if there's one thing we've learned about Mr. Boss is that he doesn't give up that easily, and he doesn't like being beat.
No,
Yeah,
that's
but
true.
when you're
No,
dealing
he's
with
gotta
somebody
show.
that can rip open a human head and suck out their brains, that's when you go and take what money you have and go pay a sniper, you know?
Yeah. Or, I mean, could he? I can't remember. Was he skilled with a sniper rifle? Not so much.
No,
Okay.
No, he was just a thug
He's
crime
just
boss.
a thug. Okay. But he would have
Um,
the resources to buy a sniper or hire a sniper. I mean,
you'd
You know,
think.
yeah.
so you would
So
think.
my next question is who do you think is going to die? So people are going to die in the finale. So who do we think is Chase Graves going to make it out of the finale? There's one for you.
Yes. Chase, I think will make it. I think Justin's a goner.
I
Yeah,
can see that happening.
because again, those romantic relationships don't seem to last very long on this show.
Well,
Anybody that Major loves or Liv loves gets.
anything that's an obstacle between the two of them will eventually be,
will be reconciled through the writers.
Oh yeah, so they are going to be endgame then, you think?
not
I don't know.
necessarily, but they're
I don't
a
think
big
they'll ever be an
big
endgame.
couple.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll ever be.
I kind of hope not. I think too much has happened. I think whatever they had, I think it's gone now. They're two completely different people, and I don't see it working anymore.
Really, Beth? Are you saying that you think Liv's not going to make it out of into the next? She's going to die in this next episode. I don't see him doing that one.
No, I don't see them.
This isn't the series finale.
Yeah, they could leave it on a cliffhanger with is she gone or not, but I mean, you take her out, the show basically ends. People are watching for her, so yeah.
This definitely isn't the Major Lily White show.
He could die though. He could finally.
He could. I don't know that I wouldn't miss him necessarily, but
I'm going to be sad if Clive dies.
Yeah, see,
Yeah,
I
that
like
was
Clive a lot, especially since he's a Flash fan.
Yeah.
And he likes to play Dwarven Fighters.
yeah, that. By the way, that episode was just the D20 episode. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it wasn't long enough.
Oh,
That one could have gone on for
nostalgia.
two episodes.
I could see a whole season of just.
I'm hoping Rachel dies, but that's just a personal beef for
Or
me.
becomes a zombie.
Yeah.
So I guess that's the next question: is who becomes a zombie in this next episode?
Well, it would be fitting justice for her to become a zombie. You write about it, you expose the world, and now you're the one that has to hide. So screw you. That's cosmic justice.
Or does Major become a zombie again?
I hope not.
No.
Please,
No,
Lord,
I
don't.
That's just overdoing it. The whole back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I hate when they do that.
If I have
garbage.
to watch him orgasm over ice cream again, I'm turning the TV off.
I'll tell you who I don't want to become a zombie. Who I do not want to become a zombie is Clive, because I think it'll kill the character.
It would kill the character. Him or Ravi becoming a
I think
zombie.
they're pretty clear in the ending of season 2 that he's much more likely to put a bullet in his own brain before he lets that happen. So he's pretty.
Yeah, I mean, it would just kill because he is the everyman hero in the show, and he's doing all this stuff because he thinks it's the right thing to do, not because he's motivated by self-preservation. And you lose that sympathetic edge and nature if he was to become, a zombie.
True.
Yeah, I think I would rather have Ravi become a zombie, but I don't want Ravi to become a zombie either.
You don't want to watch Ravi walking around with white hair?
No,
I think that would be hilarious.
It would look weird.
Although I think he would. What's the term? Spray and dye, tan and dye, dye and tan. What's the phrase? Spray and dye.
I think it's tan and dye. Tan and dye.
Tan and dye.
Okay.
It would look hilarious with that white weird quasi pompadour thing going on.
Yeah. But I like him staying human. I like the two of them staying human. I hope that they don't ever become zombies.
Yeah, I mean, there is that great relationship between the infected and the human. You know what I mean? There's there has to be that connection between zombies and humans, because I think that's what makes everything so compelling, is that there are humans that truly care about zombies that,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. What did Beth,
She says she's hopped up on painkillers for her wrist.
oh, well, we definitely hope you get to feeling better there, Beth.
Yeah.
That's not fun. No. Yeah, so like that's your episode. Well, more to come next week, because this is, again, it's a 2-part, so we will see a conclusion. So we'll join you. You can join us next Tuesday, and we will see how this all ends. Yeah, so hope you hashtag had a fun, because we did. It's always good to talk about our favorite shows.
Yep. Real quick producer notes before we take off.
Yeah.
This Friday, episode 14 for the podcast. Mest is back.
Yes.
Are we going to name it The Return of the Mest?
Something like that. We'll figure it out.
Or we could call it The Best with Mest. No, that's stupid. Don't pretend I didn't say that.
Well,
I was trying to
think of it.
Return of the Jedi, Return of the Mest.
Oh, yeah, he would like that. He would like that.
We'll figure that one out. But yeah, definitely join us this Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We are live with our normal podcast. We should have we're gonna have some new Nerd Mosh Pit episodes up for you from E3 from last week. So definitely check those out when we get them published. We have tons of content from E3 for you to check out. We're actually going to be having some high definition versions of everything up soon. Thank you to all of our subscribers. If you're not a subscriber and you're watching this, please like and subscribe. We've added to the subscriber list. I think we're at 113 now. We eclipsed our 10,000 view goal. That just happened before the show started officially. So thank you all for supporting us. I say it every week, but we could do it without you, but it would not be fun. So we love being able to bring you great content, being able to talk to you, and have fun with you guys on these shows. So definitely check out the website this week, malice-corp.com, for all of our great articles that are out there. Join us on Friday, and then join us next Tuesday for how this all ends. Also, plug as well, we're going to be getting into some Preacher Season 2. For those of you who don't know, is Sunday, June 25th is first episode. So we will very likely be doing something like this about some Preacher, because I know I love it.
Binge through. I want to go through it all again before the season starts up, and I don't know where I'm going to find time to go through all those episodes.
I know.
But I got to do it.
It's like 45 minutes, 10 episodes, 450 minutes, whatever that calculates out to, 7 hours. 7.5 hours.
I got to spend 7 hours before Sunday.
Saturday, 7.5 hours straight. Watch it all.
Geez.
I'm going to do it. Yeah. So it'll be fun. Yeah. So definitely join us. And again, we really appreciate all of you. Thank you for joining us in the chat channel. Thank you, Beth. And if you made it in the chat, and even if you didn't chat, we definitely are glad that you came and glad you joined us. Nightblood, thanks for jumping on here at the beginning. Definitely, if you're not familiar with iZombie, you need to get with the program. It's amazing. So thanks again. We'll see you all later. Until next time, stay nerdy out there.
Peace.